Hello, everybody. You guys might recall that every time we have reached an ending to a route in this visual novel, we are asked a question. Now, for the past 3 times, every time the question has come up, we have fought it. We have refused to embrace our fate. Which, it's kind of funny that at first it didn't really occur to me that that was going to be the 100% ending. Because when you take certain things into consideration, I should have thought about embrace fate. Bun bun. And that is what we are going to do now. So we are currently at the Gravedigger ending. And once again, the question has been posed. 100% final ending. Hey, Libitina. Fate will tend to itself fight against the odds with every last ounce of breath. Hi, Libitina. I don't know. I'm kind of a bigger fan of embracing my fate, to be honest. Because when fate throws you a curveball, not just kind of embracing it. And as a practicing Stoic, it surprises me that you share that opinion, or that you have that opinion. Because the only way to get through the difficulties of life, and of course I'm preaching to myself here because it's something that I don't often do. Hi, this is Fate calling to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. Something I very rarely do is just accept it and understand that whatever comes next is going to happen. Fighting against it just makes it harder. So, with that, will you accept this fate of yours and rest in peace? Or will you try to fight against it? Embrace fate, guys. Yes, I thought you might say that. You might have defied me once before, but I can see that fire has long since begun to leave your eyes. You've been subjected to too many horrors for one so young. Though, even if you were of a more advanced age, I fear your faculties would have begun to fail you regardless. Humans are not meant to die as many times as you have. They are supposed to pass on only the once. You have experienced something few others have. In that sense, you are quite fortunate. But I suppose it does not feel like it. I was at work yesterday and this chick calls me and asks, is there a manager I can talk to? Yes, you're speaking to one. Her response, wonderful, I'm the CEO of the company and I was wondering if, then I hung up. CEO of this company is a dude and I've met him personally. Get the fuck out of here. Damn. Oof. Get him. I can see how very tired you are, but worry not. I will still be here for you, even though you have been shut away far too soon inside your own tomb. I shall never leave you. We did make a contract after all. The world might have forsaken you, but I never will. I will never leave you. As a Stoic, embracing fate for me is a reference to what has already happened, not what may yet happen. Oh, I see. You will never be lonely again. That's it. That's it. Well, we might be doing other things today. Let us see. Next page. Oh. No, 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 no. Okay. Aha. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, we've fought our fate 3 times. We've gotten... No, I didn't. We've gotten that particular ending. We've gotten the accept your fate ending. Now that we've been through this rigmarole at least once, let's choose to continue fighting. My. This is certainly unexpected. I'd rather thought, after everything you've been subjected to, you would no longer wish to continue this farce. I was fully prepared for you to forfeit yourself at long last to my loving embrace. I am ready to embrace you, should you so desire it, and cradle you within my unassailable affection. But it seems you're not ready to submit. Not quite yet. Being buried alive twice over has not been enough to diminish your determination. You still wish to fight against me, as if you have any hope of succeeding. Your efforts are all futile. Do you not know that? I am far, far stronger than a skinny human like yourself would ever even begin to contemplate. You would be better served if you gave in. But perhaps I have not loved you effusively enough. Not just yet. At least she called you thin. If you are to learn anything, I must first beat it into that thick skull of yours. Will you listen to me then? I only want what is best for you, you know. Hurting you hurts me too. But if that is what you want, so be it. Let us go back to the beginning once again. Haha, I saw that. Okay. Your fate is in your hands. At least, that is what you might think. You and I both know, however, that this was never the case. You still belong to me, and I will never let you forget that. Now, continue to struggle. Do your very best. It will not work, but it should be entertaining, if nothing else. Okay. So we're gonna buzz through this. Such a great CG. Let go of control. I can't read this. No, I'm skipping. Okay. And if we keep fighting? Oh? You wish to keep going, do you? That is impressive, given this is the second time you have been devoured so heartily. Who doesn't love manacles and the hand at the cheek? Fuck yeah. Of all the demises you've experienced, this one is the most gruesome. If you're tired of these repetitions, I would understand. I am not the wicked witch you might think I am, and I would be willing to show you mercy, should you want it. But I can tell that you do not want it. Goodness me, you are stubborn. Why, I ask you, do you continue to fight? There's no escape for you, you know. I will never let you leave, no matter how you struggle. But very well. Let us go back to the beginning once again. Your fate is in your hands, or so I once told you. You ought to know now, however, that this was never truly the case. You still belong to me. I'm not going to let you get away from me, not that easily. You can struggle as much as you want, but it will be in vain. It does not matter where you go. I will always find you. I can promise you that much. Okay? And away we go. Hello. It is. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we're drowning again. Let's fight. Oh, you still wish to soldier on, do you? That is remarkable, given this is the second time you've been pulled beneath the ocean's surface. I would have thought you would want to give up by now, but no matter. You really are stubborn. I cannot promise a better fate than this awaits you, regardless of what you might choose, but I am willing to indulge you. Let us go back to the beginning once again. Your fate is in your hands. At least, that is what you once thought. You and I both know, however, that this was never the case. Not now that you belong to me. How much longer can you keep resisting, though? I cannot wait to find out. Question mark? There. You see? Are you happy now? I told you that there was no use in repeating this night, yet you failed to listen. You've been drowned, buried, and consumed once more, and for what? Do you feel as though you have made any progress in your attempts to escape from me? Once again, you find yourself as you were at the end of your last foray into my forest full of nightmares. You're kneeling upon the ground, your feet aching, perhaps they are bleeding, and your skirt tattered and torn. You try to inhale, but it hurts. It feels as though your lungs have been punctured by a pair of embroidery scissors. When you swallow, you can taste salt upon your tongue. You blink, but it is so very dark in these woods, you fear you cannot see. There is a heavy, leaden weight on your shoulders. It feels as though somebody is shoveling soil upon you. Your body is cold, as though it has been sapped of all warmth. Right. Your blood, which ought to flow through your veins, feels as though it is frozen. That, or it has been purged from your body altogether in rust-red gobbets. Have you not had enough of this now silly thing? I am saying this for your sake, you know, just as much as I am mine. Though I might have trapped you hence, I did it only because I care for you. All the others were dreams. You've been here the whole time. You were always here, trapped in the illusory nightmares of the forest. Yep, that was my thinking too. I want only for you to realize the folly of your ways. Now, cease your foolish attempts at escape. They will accomplish nothing, save stretching your mind beyond its limitations. It has already, I fear, been stretched thin. Humans are not designed to die, not as incessantly as you have. One death would be enough to finish most of your kind off, yet you have endured 6 of them. You do not want to go through that again, do you? Then do not run from me. Let me console you. Let me embrace you. Let me love you. What do you say to that? Oh. Cat got your tongue, hmm? Well, no matter. Good question, Libitina. That's a very good question. And I have 3 more. I'm a cat, yeah. You will not need your tongue to speak while we are together. It is an unnecessary appendage, however much you might wish, one day, to whisper sweet nothings to me. I am an all-powerful witch, after all, and I can hear all of your thoughts. I know what you are thinking. Yes, that is right. Silence is golden, as they say. Tundra, you do not need to speak. You do not need to blink. You do not even need to breathe. Now that you are finally mine, I will cut off your tongue, and I will pluck out your pretty little eyes, and I will... No. I beg your pardon. What was that, dear one? There's our final CG. Oh, hi. I said no. I am not your dear one. I never wanted this. What? You would defy me still, after all you have endured? Were 6 deaths not enough for you, you gluttonous girl? Do you wish for more? I just wished for a friend. I didn't want to be lonely. But you ensnared me. You tricked me. What? I never. What bold accusations. They are not true, though, you know. They are bold-faced lies. I did nothing of the sort. Right? Me too, Silver. My name might begin in a similar fashion, but I am no Mephistopheles. I was very upfront when first we met. I said, if you wish to make a contract with me, it would cost you. It is your own fault that you did not listen. You accepted my terms, and now you are paying the price. Now, if you will come with me, my dear. I am not your dear. Really now, this has all become rather tiresome. I must insist that you cease this childish outburst at once, or else... Or else what? Will you cut off my tongue? Will you pluck out my eyes? You already stole my name. Ooh, I like that. But it's coming back to me. What? No, that should be impossible. You gave your name to me. You gave your soul to me. You pledged your heart and your body to me, and now... And now, I want them back. I'm tired of these games, too. Medea. Ah. I know Libetina's gonna hit us with some lore. Libetina or Tundra, maybe. So, bring it. My knowledge of Greek mythology is limited at best. Apparently. You remember my name? Apparently. I do now. You're called Medea, and I... No, stop it. I am called Rosette. How funny is this? How very funny is this? Sorcerer Queen, runaway girlfriend of Jason, How very funny is this? It can't be. I knew you were stubborn, but I learned how to be stubborn. I'm used to being bullied. You're just like the others. I'm not afraid of you anymore. Got it. You took everything from me. And now I'm taking it back. No, you can't. Rosette, please, don't go. Don't leave me. We made a contract, you and I. You said that you wanted a friend, and I promised to be that friend. I promised that I would always be there for you. Do you really mean to abandon me? That was the general idea. And what of me? What am I supposed to do? You? You could rot, for all I care. See, Calypso, I think, would definitely have been a good choice. I'm okay with the choice that they made, but... What? No, Rosette. I call after your retreating back, but you do not heed my words. You do not turn your head. Once it was you who knelt in the dirt, your clothes tattered and torn, your dignity alongside it. You were so vulnerable then, and you were so very, very beautiful. In a perverse way, however, I think you might look even more beautiful now that you are walking away from me. That is a thing you humans say, is it not? You never realize just how much you value something until you no longer have it. Yeah. Calypso definitely, I know about Calypso. Calypso would have been a really good choice. It does not hold true in my case, however. I knew you were a precious find when you first summoned me. Your fiery determination, even in the face of extreme hardship, endeared you to me. I thought you very noble, really. How you had survived for so long in an environment which was so very hostile. For a human, I thought you remarkable. That is why I decided to form a contract with you. I thought, with a human like you by my side, my own life of empty, endless wandering might not be so lonely. Goodness me, I must be growing sentimental in my old age. I reek of humanity. Don't flatter yourself. Now, you are not the one upon the ground. It is I. I could keep calling for you, but I know it would do no good. You will not turn back from me now. Not when I've caused you so much suffering. I did not mean to hurt you so, though. I truly did love you, albeit in my own way. In the end, however, I suppose the love of a witch was too much, even for you to endure. Now, there is nothing but the milky moonlight and the trees which jut out of the earth about me. They look like monuments built in the honor of a foreign god. They look like nothing from the world that you knew, Rosette, because they are not of your world. They are of mine. Now you have fled from me, like a bird let loose from its cage. I fear I will never see you again. I will be on my own in this forest for all of eternity, or until another silly little girl with stars in her eyes and dreams in her heart summons me once more. It has happened a handful of times in the past. It might one day happen again. Until that day, however, I will lie here among the foliage and the fog, and I will close my eyes. I will let myself dream, and, enrobed in the undulating mist, I shall think to myself, okay, I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. So we presumably, there it is. Yep. Okay. Gosh, it's so good. No. Okay, so that's that. Oh, this is different now. Oh, Ebby. Oh, Ebby. Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Ebby again. And now it's time for the second lot of author's notes. Yay! Thank you, Greg. Both original story, Jason, blah, 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 the classic, blah, blah. The story indeed did not have a happy ending, contrary to most depictions in media. Interesting. Although now that I think about it, it's entirely possible that you might have missed the first lot of author's notes if you didn't think to check them before starting a new game. In that case, this would be your first lot of author notes instead. In any case, initially, as I was planning out It Gets So Lonely Here, I didn't intend for there to be more to the story after the first playthrough. I was going to end the story after the witch Medea ensnares a despairing Rosette in her grasp. But while I was coding the visual novel together, I thought it might be cool to do a New Game Plus situation, where starting the game for a second time gives you a slightly different outcome. I've done this in one of my earlier visual novels, Empty Horizons. Remember that name? So it's not exactly new territory. I had fun implementing an alternate storyline in Empty Horizons, however, so I thought I might as well do it here. So, for the second playthrough, I thought it would feel narratively satisfying to give the reader, though Rosette isn't really aligned with the reader, she has a personality of her own. Somebody DM it to me, Tundra I'm sure probably will. An opportunity to get the better of the second-person narrator who's been watching them die over and over again. Thank you. Initially, I thought of making the confrontation between Rosette and Medea more humorous in tone, with Rosette snapping after being subjected to so much drama. I was thinking of having full-on comedy music playing in the scene while Rosette shouts at Medea, "Stop calling me dear one. I do have a name, you know," but I eventually decided I could make the confrontation more striking if I made it more dramatic instead. Thank you for that. It was great. The core of my original idea still remains, however, even though the confrontation is more serious. Rosette still calls Medea out for being horrible to her, declares that she's sick of being toyed with, and storms off to go get bullied some more in the real world, presumably. Well, it's probably better than being drowned, buried alive, or eaten. I wanted the confrontation to pack a bit of a punch and to feel less ethereal and unformed than the rest of the story, so I decided to commit here and actually give the two lead characters names. Medea is a pretty straightforward name for a creepy witch if you know her Greek mythology, though there's also an antagonistic character in Tanith Lee's The Silver Metal Lover called Medea, who has a twin brother called Jason, which might have influenced my decision. As for Rosette, she actually gets her name from de Sade's infamous 120 Days of Sodom. Marquis de Sade, really? 120 Days is a horrible story, really, that I wouldn't recommend to anybody, but some of the names in it are pretty, at least. 120 Days has Colombe, a hyacinth, and Hebe, which are all names nice enough that I'd like to use them myself in other projects. These names, however, are associated with child characters who have been kidnapped for nefarious purposes, their real names stripped from them by their wicked new masters in a further display of control. The child characters with aesthetic names in 120 days aren't afforded bodily autonomy, and they're even robbed of their identities. I suppose you could say it's ironic I'd use such a name for It Gets So Lonely Here to lead. Thank you. When reclaiming her name at the end of the story is what allows her to escape from her captor. But I mostly chose the name because I think it's pretty, and I'd been wanting to use it for a while. The mechanics of Rosette's showdown with Medea was inspired, meanwhile, by the popular mobile game Fate Grand Order. In FGO, you, the player, assume the role of a silent lead who never speaks in the story, save for the odd choice option which pops up in the story, choices which, for the most part, only offer very slight alterations in the script. The main character in FGO never gets any dialogue directly attributed to them outside of these choices, though there are a few instances in the story, typically during serious moments, where your allies are in grave danger and you have to take a stand, where you are given an option to directly interact with your opponents. In these instances, the player will be presented with a bunch of different dialogue options back to back inside choice boxes that you can press. I suppose the interactivity... See, that's an issue I've been having. That is an issue I've been having when I've been trying to purge Sinners streams. Something that helps me is looking at the profile pictures. If they have a profile picture, they are often very similar to another bot that exists. So I've been going off of that. I suppose the interactivity of having to physically click on your dialogue so your character can say it makes it feel more like you are actually facing off against an enemy. Like the main character in FGO, Rosette doesn't have any dialogue directly attributed to her in the story, but she does get a chance to speak for herself, so as to say, using choice bubbles that were previously used to determine which route you wanted to experience. It's not groundbreaking, I suppose, but it was a lot of fun to implement. Ah, interesting. I thought it was pretty satisfying to give our long-suffering heroine a chance to speak against her tormentor, if nothing else. The mermaid, the gravedigger, and the princess, alas, still don't get names of their own. They're consigned to their roles as fairy tale representatives rather than fleshed-out characters, so they're a little more enigmatic than both Rosette and Medea. I'd imagine these girls as fabrications created by Medea in any event who only exist to torment Rosette. Tundra, you were right. Good call. Fate Stay Night. Ultimate Blade Works is better, though. So maybe you could think of them as Water Medea, Earth Medea, and Blood Medea, maybe? It wasn't a direct inspiration, but I also feel like there's some serious Higurashi Sotsu. Libitina! There are some serious Higurashi Sotsu vibes in It Gets So Lonely Here. I was thinking while I wrote that final confrontation that it reminded me of something, but now I'm not starting to wonder if Rosette and Medea have Satoko and Rika vibes, or maybe Burn Castell and Lamba Delta vibes. I don't know those characters. It wasn't really intentional, but it might have been a subconscious influence, given I'm a pretty big Ryukishi 07 fan. 100%. I have not played the visual novel. I have watched the anime. But the visual novel is on my to-do list. That should wrap up the notes for this VN for real this time. Once again, I hope you enjoyed your time spent with it. I had a lot of fun putting it together, though I think I enjoy it more because of the mechanics than because of the story itself. It feels a bit like a departure from my usual visual novels, minus Once on a Windswept Night, I suppose, which also did some strange things with Renpy, and it was fun trying to get the code to work exactly how I wanted it. Now, if you're at all worried about Medea, who's been left on her own in the woods, you can go and check back up on her. You wouldn't want her to be lonely now, would you? Doing that will reset all of your data, though, so don't go making contracts with witches willy-nilly. Your actions do have consequences. Apparently. Tundra. It's quite the hot take, mister. Because you got two pretty big RO7 fans right here. Silver. Yes. I'm with Libertine on this one. Yes, definitely. Fish. Yeah. Oh, I have to move that. It's off kilter. After we did the reset, that was one thing that... Ah, no, no, no. Okay, you stay. I need you to move. You come back over here. There we go. Very interesting. Yeah, we're doing this. I'm just going to let that one lie there. When we come back, we're going to check in on Medea one last time. Enjoy your break, guys, and we'll see you soon. Bun, please ping the Yandere, let them know we are back from break, and we're finishing this. I'll give folks a minute. And thank you, Tundra, I got your DM. I mean, you're welcome to continue, but I have a pretty solid understanding of things now. Okie dokie, Bun's getting that done. Oh no, but being cold or being hot is no fun. I'm unfortunately I'm gonna have to side with Lori here. Sorry. Good boy, Bun. Thank you, sir. Okay. Oh shit. So let's see how she's doing. I am sitting in a forest. It is late at night, and the sky is as black as pitch. Oh, that's perfect, though. Another degree or two colder would be... There is nothing to light my way, save for the moon's milky glow. But its rays cannot reach me. Not properly. I'm being dead serious, Silver. Anything warmer than like 68 and I'm uncomfy. Right? Thank you, Zoe. The trees which surround me, jutting out of the earth like airy monuments to a foreign god, are blotting out most of the light. If I were running, I would not be able to see where I was going. But such concerns are trivial to me. I know, and it sucks. There is nowhere, after all, for me to run to. I am all alone. You have abandoned me. You made a contract with me once, when you wished for a friend. It was a contract I swore I would fulfill upon my good name. But you betrayed me, Rosette. Hey, Kara. Why did you have to go? My days were intolerably dull and tedious without you to amuse me. Your company slaked my boredom nicely. But now that you've gone, that boredom has returned fourfold. It is so consuming, I fear I might go mad from it, if I have not, granted, gone mad already. Yeah, I cringed too. It's okay. If only there was another mortal out there, one who might keep me company. If only. Oh, perhaps I spoke too soon. It would seem that another has intruded upon my moonlit solitude after all, far more quickly than I was expecting. Oh, very fortuitous. Well met, stranger. Does the moon not look beautiful tonight? Why, it is almost as if our encounter were preordained by a being far greater than the both of us. But that, of course, is a foolish thought. There are few beings out there more powerful than myself. Now then, would you care to create a contract with me and relive the events of this night anew? Oh, do you not wish to stay with me, dear one? Very well. You are awfully cruel, but I can understand how you feel. I am a benevolent witch, regardless of what some people might say, and I would never force you to do anything, not against your will. My love is, and always has been, reciprocal in nature, though she did not appreciate that. Now, if that is all, would you like to run along? No good can come, you know, of soliciting with witches in the dead of night. You'd best be on your way, and quickly. Otherwise, I might just change my mind. After all. Nice. So I'm curious. Cup's been reset. Oh, are you still here? I thought I had already sent you on your way. You certainly are a stubborn child. That, or you are a very cruel one, to take delight in my suffering as you are. No, don't just stand there. If there is something you wish to tell me, I would bid that you tell it. Have you reconsidered my earlier offer? No. One more. Okay, so what happens if... Very good. Now, come to me, dear one. You are lonely too, I can tell. The scent of loneliness positively rolls off you, much like mist in the early morning. Oh, come, do not look so surprised. It was not at all a difficult guess. Why else would you be spending time with me? Had you anything better to do with your time? We are all lonely here. In that sense, we might not be so very dissimilar, you and I. Though I might be a witch and you a human, I am not a stranger to the complicated emotions of your kind. I was a human myself, once upon a time, though it was a very, very long time ago. Now, come to me, and I shall tell you a story. I will tell you a story of a girl running through the forest without ceasing. A girl entrapped in a patchwork fairy tale world with no beginning and no end. My story will unravel, unbroken, from now until the end of time. And if you allow yourself to be submerged within it, we will never be lonely again. So the game closes, and presumably you have to start from scratch. Wow. That was a hell of an experience. Yeah, that's that. It closed. Straight up closed. Welcome back, Tundra. We just finished. Man. That's alright. The VOD will be there. And I will... In fact, I need to go grab that now anyway, because I did not set Streamlabs to automatically record. Oops. So let me make sure. Yep. Okay, cool. So the highlight from the VOD from yesterday is still there, and then once today wraps, it will be there as well. But with that, short stream today. Nothing too huge or massive. What a tale. Just, I'll be honest, this has rather definitively bumped DDLC from my top 3 visual novels I've ever played. You and Me and Her still holds the front of the pack right now. I have not yet encountered a visual novel that has done for me what You and Me and Her did. But this is definitely in the top 3. Like, what an incredible story. So well written, so well executed. The coding is great. The art, while simple, was really appropriate. Like, it delivered... it delivered the images that needed to be delivered in a simple way, and because the writing was so incredible, that's all you really needed. I loved every second of that story. That was absolutely mind-blowingly amazing. So, bravo, Ebby. I am looking forward to playing more of your stories. Tundra, if you can get me in touch with Ebby, I would love to have a conversation with them. Now play Student Union. I know of the visual novel, and I have been told to play it. It's on the to-do list, but it's not enormously high, I'll be honest. Yeah, time to play Student Union. Really? You recommend that one, Tundra? Oh, dear. Wait. That's too many negatives. Are you on the Student Union team? Did you have a hand in that? What? No. Nice, Silver. Tundra. What? God, it will be, won't it, Kara? Oh, fuck! Oh! Well. Yeah, that has changed things for me. Interesting. Okay. That has certainly bumped it higher on the priority list. Really? Oh, well then, that changes things. Good to know. That has definitely bumped it a little higher on the to-do list. Very interesting. Okay. Okay. I need to sit down and go through my backlog of stuff to play and kind of start silver. Um yeah, I should definitely organize my to-do list because there's a lot there and some of it I'm less excited about playing now than I think I was originally. Um and some of it, like Student Union, has definitely gotten a bit of a boost. So I need to sit down and figure that out. I might do that after stream today. But with that, that finally ends the last of the only two VNs from the Yandere Jam that I intended to play. Tundra or anybody else who enjoyed the Yandere 2023 content, if there's a title that I've missed, drop it in game suggestions. Let me know. But that's going to do it for today. So, as always, guys, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and ring those bells. That's all I have for today. Thanks for listening. Now hang tight and we'll get you on to your next stream. Bye bye, everyone.